Go with the flow. Oh, oh, oh.
A vacation in Walt Disney World is packed with unique entertainment options. Among them, the opportunity to see Broadway-caliber live performances in a theme park. These truncated versions of beloved animated classics performed by live actors sound great in theory, except that these are some of the most time-consuming attractions in Walt Disney World. How do you avoid wasting hours of your vacation on shows that just aren't good? Hey everybody, it's Chris for AllEars TV and AllEars.net. Today we're ranking the live shows within the 4 parks of Walt Disney World according to you. With 4 popular stage shows to choose from, we went straight to AllEars.net to compile this list directly based on your reviews to help your fellow viewers decide which shows you have to see and which shows you should skip. Coming in at last place in our ranking of the 4 stage shows of Walt Disney World with a rating of 7.39, Finding Nemo the Musical. Located in the theater in the wild, found between Dinoland USA and Expedition Everest in Disney's Animal Kingdom, this 40-minute Broadway-style show is a musical retelling of the story of Disney Pixar's Finding Nemo. Performances include live vocals, elaborate puppets, and original music from the musical power couple of Bobby Lopez and Kristen Anderson Lopez, who wrote this little thing called Frozen. Finding Nemo the Musical marks the first time Disney has taken a non-musical movie and transformed it into a musical show only for its theme parks and features favorite characters such as Marlin, Nemo, Dory, Bruce, and Crush.
Let me start out with the positives about Finding Nemo. The puppeteering is amazing. The puppets are incredible. The level of talent that goes into the show is absolutely out of this world. The bad. It is very, very long. If you are trying to get as much into your day as possible, this is going to be a huge part of it because at 45 minutes long, not to mention the waiting that you do prior to the show, because there's always a line, you're going to spend a good amount of your day here.
Animal Kingdom is the park where you can get away with a more lengthy stage show like Finding Nemo the Musical. There are only like 6 or 7 rides, so having something that's 45 minutes isn't the most egregious offense in the world, because if you're there at Park Open, you might have some time to kill in the afternoon, especially if you're skipping like table service meals and things like that.
And we totally get why people feel like this show is long. 40 minutes is a long time to devote to anything in the park if you only have one day in Animal Kingdom. Or even worse, you're only doing a half day in Animal Kingdom and park hopping. But let's say you have some time in your schedule to sit down and enjoy a live performance. For the most part, people really enjoy this show and recommend prioritizing it if you have the time in your day. A reviewer named Lindsay Blust raved, "This is my favorite stage show in Animal Kingdom. The songs are beautiful and the puppet work is amazing. The one song about Nemo thinking his dad isn't coming to find him is heartbreaking, but it's beautifully composed and choreographed."
I don't love Finding Nemo the Musical. I'm on record saying I don't care for this show. There's a couple problems I have with the show. One, it's 45 minutes long, which is way too long for a theater show. I've never been there and not had kids cry and want to leave early. 2, they did not do a great job condensing a story down to 45 minutes. They left in way too many details. It is very confusing unless you know that movie backwards and forwards. And number 3, while I appreciate the talent and the artistry behind it, I don't think a theme park is where you launch new music. People go to these shows because they want to hear Disney songs they know and sing along. You can't do that at Finding Nemo the Musical. And if you don't agree with any of those points, well, then you have to admit it is literally the most uncomfortable seats you will ever sit in.
Sondheim God said, "Having watched All Ears for over 2 years now, I'm willing to fight Molly on this one. This is the best stage show at Disney World, and I'm not taking criticism on this opinion at this time. The score of the show is so catchy, and the songs are really wonderful. I do not envy the actor playing Crush. Go with the Flow is high. An excellent adaptation of the movie and a good abbreviation to fit in under 45 minutes."
Kevin the Snipe added, "My whole family loves this show. The puppets are awesome, the cast is incredible, and they made up fun, catchy music for the show. What's not to love?" Even if you aren't a fan of the show, that's 40 minutes in air conditioning. This is very fun for the whole family, and this is one that my family prioritizes every trip. For me personally, I'll have to disagree with Molly as well. Being a lover of the arts, this is one of the few shows in all the parks that truly feels like you are watching a large-scale, beautifully designed Broadway-style production in a formal theater setting and with some of Disney's very best performers.
Go with the flow!
The pros. Puppet designer Michael Curry, who designed the puppets for The Lion King on Broadway, created the puppets for this show too. Animal Kingdom is considered the hottest of all the parks, and there aren't a lot of opportunities to be indoors in this park, so this show is the perfect outlet to recharge in the AC. Written by Frozen composers Bobby Lopez and Kristen Anderson Lopez, so you know the songs will be catchy. The cons. At 40 minutes in length, this is the longest show we're talking about today. We'll admit that it can be a lot to ask of kids, and frankly, some adults too. Some people, well, Molly, says the bench seating in this theater is uncomfortable. Some call it a pro, but others find it alienating to hear unfamiliar music in a Disney park. Your third place pick of the live shows in Disney World, coming in with a rating of 8.30. For the first time in forever, a Frozen sing-along celebration, which is also the longest title of any show we'll talk about today. This 30-minute sing-along show featuring the best love songs from the Disney film Frozen is housed in the Hyperion Theater, located in the Echo Lake area of Disney's Hollywood Studios. This is where we're introduced to the fictitious Royal Arendelle historians, who comedically retell the story of Frozen with clips from the original film integrated throughout, along with appearances by Anna, Elsa, and Kristoff.
I adore the show. I think it's incredibly underrated. I laugh out loud every time I see this because the narrators change up their bits and they tell jokes that aren't just for kids. This is a very good show to cool off in, get a little AC, and I promise you'll laugh while you're there.
Lucinda said, "Love, love, love this show. The Arendelle historians have great jokes and banter. They're very interactive with the audience. It's great if you want to catch a glimpse of Kristoff. He's so dreamy. And see Elsa make beautiful ice magic. This is great for kids, but the comedy makes it great for adults as well. I'd have to agree."
I actually always skipped the Frozen Ever After show when I was in Disney's Hollywood Studios until one day when there were like super long lines everywhere and I just was not in a line waiting mood. I'd done what I wanted to do. So I was like, you know what, air conditioning, let's get in there. And it was so funny. Like, the narrators are hilarious and you get to see Anna and Elsa and there's singing and story and fun times and jokes. So I like this show even as an adult.
Like Quincy, a lot of adults will skip this very fun show because it sounds like the epitome of a kid's show. But the writers did an amazing job of getting enough adult, but still appropriate, humor in there that just about everyone will appreciate on some level. A reviewer named NTRE2112 said, "Fun show for the whole family, even if you're not a Frozen fan." Bailey CB15 said, "Love this show. My mom and I literally jammed out to Let It Go. We had way too much fun singing aloud." An anonymous reviewer raved. "It was true magic. I cried at the end, and I was talking about it the rest of the year. This puts the magic in magical."
I was pleasantly surprised. I really had a very fun time and I thought it was super funny. I think that a lot of the jokes are not only good for kids, but there's some really good jokes that adults will enjoy in there as well.
The pros. You told us the storytellers in this show are hilarious. Bobby Lopez and Kristen Anderson Lopez wrote this one too, except these songs are in the movie, and let's face it, a hit like Let It Go only comes once in the first time in forever, or I don't know, something like that. Hello, it's Anna and Elsa. That should be enough, right? The cons. This is a popular show for obvious reasons, so don't be surprised if you end up waiting in a long line for it. If you're prone to falling victim to the earworm that is the hit song Let It Go, you may find yourself doing everything in your power to get it to leave your head after attending the show, like park hopping to Magic Kingdom and taking a ride on Small World. Okay, so it's 10 minutes shorter than Finding Nemo the musical, but half an hour is still long, especially if you waited in a long line to see it in the first place. Coming in as the second place best live show in Disney World with a rating of 8.36, Beauty and the Beast Live on Stage. Presented at the Theater of the Stars, located on Sunset Boulevard right next to Rock and Roller Coaster and the Tower of Terror in Disney's Hollywood Studios, Beauty and the Beast Live on Stage touches on key plot points from Disney's 30th animated classic with hit songs such as Be Our Guest and the iconic Tale as Old as Time. This show does a great job of condensing the film into an upbeat 25-minute version that any Beauty and the Beast fan will love.
Heartbreak Chris said, "Fantastic show. The actors are truly Broadway-caliber. Even though the show is often crowded, I still feel it's somehow underrated. More people should be taking time out of their day to be entertained by this extremely talented cast."
I do think this show could use an update. Roar! I am the master of this castle is literally what the Beast sounds like. But I still love this show. I think they did a very good job condensing the story. Yes, shade at Nemo. And everybody loves Beauty and the Beast music, so I enjoy it.
This show has basically been the same unupdated version since I was a kid, but do I still love it? Yes. The costumes, the music, the story, they're all really fun. And honestly, it just makes for an enjoyable part of any day at Hollywood Studios.
Maybe our nostalgia got the better of us with the ratings on this one. It sounds like the main complaint is that the show has been open for a long time and feels a little dated, while the part that people like about it is the fact that it's a retelling of Beauty and the Beast, a beloved Disney film with very iconic music. Fisher55 told us, "Great show that retells the story of Beauty and the Beast quite well," while Ashbake330 added, "Such a cute abridged show. Nice time to sit down and relax and enjoy the best songs from Beauty and the Beast." Brittany1102 told us, "I absolutely love this show. It actually makes me cry every time. Must do." While reviewer named Natalie Way told us, "This is a great show. I think everyone should see it at least once, but it's not a must do every time." What do you think? Is this show worthy of holding the second best slot in all of Walt Disney World? Let us know in the comments below. And over in the reviews section of AllEars.net, remember, you're in charge of this list, so if you want to see it change, make sure you let us know.
I'm pretty surprised that Beauty and the Beast on Stage is so high on this list. I get that it's a classic. I definitely have really fond memories from seeing it as a kid. But of the shows on this list, this one is the one that's most definitely a skip for me. I haven't seen it in years, and I don't have a super strong desire to see it again anytime soon.
The pros. This is an immensely popular Disney film with both an animated and live-action version, so it makes sense a live stage version in Walt Disney World makes it on your best list. This show has been running in Hollywood studios since 1991. That's 30 years that this show has been entertaining generations of fans. Many of your reviews remarked at how colorful the sets and costumes are at this one. The cons, a number of your reviews said you felt like the show was dated and wished it could receive an update. Considering it was just closed for over a year and reopened, much the same as it was before, we're not holding our breath for that one. Here you'll find a very human Belle interacting with a very foam, rubber, and fabric beast, Mrs. Potts, etc. Some of you mentioned that this felt like a bit of a stretch. While some of you mentioned that you like how the seating is in the shade, the fact remains that this theater is open air and therefore doesn't come with air conditioning that some of the other shows on this list feature. And your pick for the best show in a Walt Disney World park with a rating of 8.54. Festival of the Lion King. Located in the Harambe Theater in Africa, Festival of the Lion King is a Broadway-caliber production based on the original story of Disney's animated classic, The Lion King. Staged in an enclosed and air-conditioned theater in the round, the audience is treated to great views no matter which section you're put in. Speaking of sections, you'll be seated in one of four, each with a corresponding animal mascot of sorts. You could find yourself in the elephant, giraffe, warthog, or lion section and be encouraged to participate by making the noises of your assigned animal. As the performers fill the theater, 4 huge moving floats with animals corresponding to the 4 seating sections are brought out. Simba, who represents the lion section, is a 12-foot high animated character sitting on Pride Rock. There's an elephant, a swaying giraffe, and of course, Pumbaa for the warthogs.
This is the best show in all of Walt Disney World. It's my favorite thing in Walt Disney World. The music is phenomenal. The talent is incredible. You've got the tumble monkeys and the fire dancer and the birds, and it all comes together. It's Broadway-caliber. It's lively. It's incredible. Yes, yes, yes. #1 forever.
Savannah P said, "This is the best live stage show in all of Walt Disney World. If you've ever seen The Lion King, you will love this. And even if you haven't, the cast does an amazing job of telling the story in a fun, immersive, and interactive way. Makes me tear up every time." Me too, Savannah P. Me too.
The show features iconic songs written by Elton John and Tim Rice for The Lion King, along with impressive staging for songs like Be Prepared, which features a fire dancer, and a beautiful aerial performance is presented during Can You Feel the Love Tonight. You'll also get to see the Tumble Monkeys, which are gymnasts who perform an incredible acrobatic performance. The show ends with an epic celebration set to a medley of songs including Circle of Life and I Just Can't Wait to Be King.
As of publishing this video, certain production elements such as the Tumble Monkeys and the Aerialists are missing from Festival of the Lion King due to COVID protocol. In fact, we've yet to see Finding Nemo the musical reopen since the park closures in March of 2020. While certain aspects of Disney World parks have returned to normalcy, prepare for certain things, especially live shows, which have only recently started to reopen, to feel a little bit different than you're used to.
Now, just to provide some perspective, we did have an anonymous reviewer tell us, "I know this is not going to be a popular opinion, but I have to be honest, I think this is the most overrated show in Walt Disney World and my least favorite. I truly don't understand why people think this show is so great. I don't hate it, but personally, it is not a must-do for me." But this anonymous reviewer was definitely in the minority, and most of your reviews on AllEars.net were raves, with LJ Toombs confessing, "I'll start by saying I'm not a big fan of shows. That being said, this is one show I try to see every time I visit. I'm not even the biggest Lion King fan." Yeah, I know, I give you permission to call me crazy. Blockhead Jenny added, "A fun, entertaining show that puts you right in the middle."
Yes, this has got to be #1. Festival of the Lion King is just all around a banger show. It's got amazing talent, amazing story, obviously, with the Lion King, amazing puppetry and costumes, and the theater is beautiful and fun, and the atmosphere is amazing. If you're gonna do only one show in your Animal Kingdom Day, make it Festival of the Lion King.
The pros. Fans of both the animated and live-action films, as well as the hit Broadway musical, will love seeing a live production that utilizes these hit songs. Some of the best vocalists in Walt Disney World are here in the Festival of the Lion King, along with incredible dancers, aerialists, and acrobats. While some of this is limited right now due to COVID protocol, this show normally features a bunch of audience participation that your reviews say you love. The cons. This show is very popular, and it's normal to be standing in a hot line for one performance time, only to be told you have to wait for the next one. This show features a powerful sound system that may be too loud for some guests. Upon reopening in May of 2021, certain elements like the aerialist and tumblers were missing, and the show was cut down some. We've got our fingers crossed for all these shows to fully reopen and for all production elements to eventually be restored. And that does it for your list of the best live shows in Walt Disney World. What did you think of this list? Did your favorite show make it, or did you feel like your fellow viewers got the order all wrong? Head over to AllEars.net. Leave your reviews. You can change everything. These reviews are for everything Disney parks related: hotels, restaurants, rides, attractions, and more. You have the power to change this list right now by leaving your own review, and who knows, your opinion may be included in a future episode. If you like this video, please go ahead and click on that thumbs up. Be sure to stay tuned to AllEars TV and AllEars.net for more Disney news. Follow us on social media at AllEars.net. New to the channel? Check out our other AllEars videos right here, and please subscribe to AllEars.net. You clang that little notification bell so you immediately get notified when we post a new video. This is Chris for All Ears TV. See you next time.